Hi, my name is Jesse, and I'm an entrepreneur and a business owner. And today what we're going to talk about in basically how to become an entrepreneur is what to do before you start. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people, they will tell you that you need to do this or you need to do that. Basically, what I'm going to tell you is how to do it and to do it the right way. Like currently right now, maybe you're working at a job, maybe you're working at a grocery store like Safeway or Albertsons, or you're working in retail, you're working at a movie theater, you're working at a mill, you're working at a hardware store, maybe you're a professional and you have a degree in something. Well, the best thing to do and to begin with is that you need to look at this as a long-term project, because basically it is. You don't just start being an entrepreneur just because you want to be one. You have to come up with a plan. So we're going to talk today about the first plan, and that's basically where you are in life right now. So where are you in life? Are you happy with the way things are going? Do you like your job that you're currently at? Maybe you don't. If you don't, that's pretty even with a lot of people today in the way they feel about their employment. But there's a lot of people that you're going to meet that you work with every day, like yourself, that they'll tell you, boy, I'd sure like to have a business someday, or boy, someday I'm going to have a business, or I've got this plan, and one of these days I'm going to have a business. Well, a lot of those people, they're never going to do anything. And that's what you need to realize. And are you one of those? Are you one of those people who sit around at your job and you sit around and you complain about your job and where you are in life? Basically saying that you're not happy with your life and you hate your boss, you hate your job, and the whole bit like that. Well, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's the key right there. I've done a lot of jobs. I've been a waiter. I've been a dishwasher. I've been a busboy. I've been, I've worked at a grocery store. I pumped gas. I've worked at a daycare. I've worked in retail. So there's a lot of things I've done. I've been a waiter. So with all those jobs that I've just named, I wouldn't say I was actually ever crazy about any of them. But the thing is that knowing what you want out of life and achieving it are two different things, and you have to be goal-oriented to be an entrepreneur. So the best thing to do to begin with, like where you are right now in life, is to come up with a plan. So number one, if you're at your job right now and you hate your job or your career or whatever it is, the first thing to do is to stop complaining about it. Stop complaining how unhappy you are with your job, what you don't like about it, how you hate your boss, and all that stuff, and basically talking bad about the company that you work for or whatever. Those are not traits of an entrepreneur. When you work for somebody, you need to give them respect, and you need to give your job respect in all avenues. And so, one of the qualities of an entrepreneur is somebody who has a tremendous amount of work ethic. If you don't have a lot of work ethic, or you weren't brought up that way where you are taught work ethic, you need to do that right away, because without that you will never achieve anything. You are never going to go anywhere. You're never going to go to the top, and you're going to still be doing what you're doing right now about 20 years from now. Okay? Look in the mirror. Look at some of the people you work with at your job right now. That's going to be you 20 years from now if you don't make changes. Okay? Now, one of the ways to make changes in your life is to use your vehicle. That's number two, use your vehicle. What is your vehicle? Your vehicle is the job you're in right now, or maybe a better job that you're planning on getting. Either one is fine. It may not be the ideal situation, but that's what you want to do, is come up with a vehicle, come up with a plan. So number two is the vehicle. The vehicle, you basically want to take it for a ride, and it's going to take you where you want to go. So with that in mind, you are at a job maybe right now that you don't particularly care for. Let's just say you have a bad attitude about it. You have a bad attitude about your job, about where you work, about your boss, about your employees that you work with, your coworkers. Maybe you're somebody that's up in management. Maybe you're not. So let's pretend that you're not. Okay. And let's pretend you're working at your job. Okay. Here are some traits of an entrepreneur. One of the best traits is the hard work ethic. Okay, because if you won't work hard for somebody else, you're not going to work hard for yourself. I mean, you can sit there and pretend and tell yourself, oh, yes, I will. No, you won't. No, you won't, because there won't be anybody there to make you do it. Here, right now, you have a boss that's saying, do this, do that. When you're an entrepreneur and you have your own business, there's not going to be anybody there telling you that. You have to be self-driven, goal-oriented, and be willing to do whatever it takes. And a good test drive is to do that at the job you're at currently, right now. And that means not whining, not complaining, not blaming everybody else for where you are in life, but taking control of the wheel, taking control of it, and deciding, hey, I'm going to go somewhere in my life. I'm going to do something. I'm not going to brag about it or tell everybody my plans because I'll get discouraged. They'll tell me I'll never get there, which is, that's what a lot of people think. 98% of the population will not do what you need to do to get to the top. And basically that's what you need to do at the current job you're at, or if you're planning on getting a little better job, at the next job you go to. Okay, because that is the vehicle that's going to take you to where you want to go. So where do you want to go? And how do you get there? Basically, where you want to go is going to be the business that you decide that you're going to start yourself. You're either going to start a business yourself or you're going to buy one, whatever. But the bottom line is if you won't work for somebody else hard, you're not going to do it yourself. Don't kid yourself. Don't lie to yourself because you'll never do it. Okay? So here we are. The place you're at. Number 3. Here are the things you need to do at the current job you're at or at a job that you're planning to get. Number 1, work overtime. If your boss tells you to work overtime, you work overtime. You don't complain about it. You don't moan and groan about it. You don't tell the other employees that you're being taken advantage of. You basically just quit whining. Okay? You work overtime. You come in on your days off if they need you to cover or work that way. And you try to learn every single thing you can about the job you're at. Okay? And if it was me and I was trying to move up, I'd aim for management because that's where you learn a lot of characteristics. And you basically are at a job right now and maybe you don't like it, but the thing is at the job you're at right now, you could be learning a lot of things. You could be learning how to do bookkeeping, how to open and close the place you work at, managerial skills, handling money. All these things are things you're going to need to learn in order to become an entrepreneur later on. So you're basically in college or high school right now in the entrepreneur way of doing things, and that's what you're doing. You're trying to get there where you're able to move up and go to your next goal. But first, we have to start at this goal where you're at right now. And the way to do that is you need to stop complaining. Don't complain about where you're at in your life. It's nobody's fault. It's your fault. It's your fault to where you're at. That's what you need to do. Take responsibility for yourself. And with where you're working at right now, become a company man or company woman. Come in early for your shift. Show that you're interested. Try to get promoted. Learn everything there is to know about the business that you are currently at. So by doing these things, you make yourself indispensable with your boss that you're currently working for. And your boss is going to go, wow, I've noticed a big change in this person. They need to start making more money. I can give them more responsibility. I could never get rid of them because I depend on them now. Rather than being one of the boys over by the water cooler who never does anything and basically is just one of the guys. If you want to get to the top, learn these traits. Come in early, work late, work all the time as best you can. Obviously, you need some days off, which is fine to be with your family and stuff like that. But if somebody calls in sick and they need you to come in, say, hey, no problem. Even inside, if you're going, oh my God, I'm so tired, I don't want to work. Come in with a smile on your face and a great attitude because that's going to show your boss and the people that are below you or even above you that you are on a different mission and you have a goal in mind. And basically, if there's managerial positions that you could get, I would go for them. Go for them. Try to apply. Try to educate yourself so you can move up in the company. Because basically by doing that, you're going to achieve great things. You're going to make more money. You will have more responsibility, but you're also going to be learning all these things that you're going to need for later on. And that's the key right there. This is basically like high school. This job you're at right now for the entrepreneur field you're going to go into, it's going to give you the skills that you are going to need in order to run your own business. And that's what you need to realize. So, attitude is key here. Positive attitude and learning everything you possibly can about the place you're at right now, the job you're doing, and doing the best job. Do the work. Do a great job. Your boss is paying you to do it his way. So what if you don't like it the way he's doing things or telling you? You still need to do it because he's paying you to do it his way. And he's giving you skills that you don't even see that you're going to gather that you will use later on as an entrepreneur. So anyway, stop complaining, look in the mirror, and realize that you are the key and the master to your own destination. And the only way you're going to be able to achieve the goals that you want is by realizing this. You're the master of your destination that you're going to go to, and you're the master of your destiny. And the only way you're going to get there is through hard work. And any entrepreneur would tell you that. Anyway, that's it for today with this life skills exercise. We will be back again very soon with another one. God bless you, and have a great day.